Good evening. Is it on? Good evening. Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, please stand. Gentlemen, please remove your hats to honor our nation and its flag by joining the Caches NJROTC Color Guard, Trojan Band, and Senior Chorus in the singing of our national anthem, the Star-Spangled Banner, and the Chambersburg High School song. Please be seated. Good evening. It is with tremendous pride that I stand before you this evening. I am fortunate enough to say that this year with these seniors has been one of the best I've had in my 24 years of education. I say this because I have learned more about students and education from the students who are sitting here tonight. They asked me to genuinely listen to them, and when I did, they amazed me with ways to make Caches a better place, both academically and socially. They taught me to be visible and spend quality time with them, and when I did, they were engaged in school. They asked me to continue the weekly Kathy's Corner because it motivated them, and I realized that motivation really does matter. I learned that the little things make a big difference, and the lessons they taught me will remain with me forever. These fine young men and women showed me that in an environment filled with mutual respect is a great place to learn. Thank you, students, for making me a better person and a better leader. Teachers, please stand. Teachers, I would also like to thank you for providing a strong foundation for our students as they close this chapter and prepare to start a new one. Whether heading to college, entering the military, or starting in the workforce, you have played an integral part in shaping their lives and decisions. Thank you for your dedication to our students. Let's give them a round of applause. You may be seated. As I thought about what I would say to you, the class of 2017, I was reminded of a recent TED Talk I watched. It had such a powerful message that I decided to share it with all of you. For those of you who may not be familiar with TED Talks, they are short video speeches that spread ideas about almost any topic. TED believes passionately in the power of ideas to change attitudes, change lives, and ultimately change our world. The TED Talk I recently watched went something like this. A young lady named Kate Simons entered the stage of the TED Talk, and she emphatically stated that she was only 17 years old. She told the audience that they must be thinking, wow, what did this 17-year-old do? Did she start up $1 million company? Host a TED Talk. Kate went on to say that she didn't start up $1 million company or cure anything. She said you don't have to do something spectacular like solve world hunger to host a TED Talk. You just have to have a unique idea that would be important for others to hear. Kate's message was simple. Just because you're a teenager doesn't mean that you don't have important ideas to share. She said that so many times adults would tell her, "Oh, Kate, you're too young to know how to solve problems." Or, Kate, what could you possibly contribute to a conversation about politics? So just sit down and listen because we, the adults, have all the answers. As she ended her TED Talk, Kate told the audience that students need to be trusted with more than setting up their parents' iPads and iPhones. Kate urged teenagers to believe in themselves and share their voices. She also told the adults that they need to listen. We can all learn a lesson from Kate. Adults, we are sometimes quick to judge teenagers and inform them that they are too young to do or know certain things. Students, you are the future, and you have great input to share with all of us. So don't be silenced just because you are young and still figuring things out. Know what you want if you make your voice heard in an informed and respectful manner. Who knows the impact you may have on your community, or maybe even the world. Thank you. At this time, I would like to introduce the president of the class of 2017, Misael Carlos Vera V. Carlos is the son of Misael Noel and Losvinminda Vera. While at Cassius, Carlos was class president, studied in the IB program, a member of the National Honor Society, National Spanish Honor Society, marching, jazz, steel, and concert bands, and was symphony president. He also was a member of the Glee Club, choristers, and link leader team. Carlos was the captain of the swim team, participated in cross country and tennis. After graduation, Carlos plans to attend Penn State Mont Alto for 2 years, then transferring to main campus, where he's been accepted to Penn State Schreers College, where he will major in nuclear engineering. Let's give a round of applause for Carlos.
Magandang gabi sa inyong lahat. Ako po ay si Carlos Ben. Government Lindsay McGuire has already introduced us. Studio Salutatorian Leah Hunt will be thanking those who have helped us come this far. An amazing valedictorian, Emma Grace Square, Egg, as her friends call her, will talk about our future. As class president, my function is to talk about the past. As high school students, we are commonly asked what are we doing after high school, whether by relatives or even random strangers on the streets. Some answer college, others answer military, and many do not know. The answer varies, but it goes to show that everyone thinks about the future. The future is the direction we're heading. The future is and should be what it's all about. Emma is going to talk about that future, and I agree with her. We're headed for a great future. My question is this: if the future is where we're headed, where did we come from? Easy answer: the past. Why is our future great? Because we made it great. How did we make it great? We shaped the direction we're headed, shaped our future, in short, by shaping our past. Our past made our future. We worked hard, not just this year, but through years past, to bear good fruit in the future. And what a past we've had in athletics, art, academia. One of the top throwers in the state, Kelton Chaslick, is in our class graduating. Some of our best wrestlers, Aaron Rump, Drew Peck, cross-country runners, Andrew Feldman, Quinn Mangan, gymnasts, Jalen Walker, Jocelyn Kibbe, track and field jumpers, sprinters, hurlers, and many other sports are going to stand up to receive their diploma. Sorry if I didn't mention you. We have too many talented athletes in our class. We have 3 singers renowned throughout the state: Victor Correal, Mercibel Cordova, Ellery Mead. We have an incredible trumpet player, Maggie Myers, trombone, Jackie Pfeiffer, and flute player, Emma Guerre. You're going to hear a lot about her. She's pretty freaking amazing. If you've seen any musical produced by Mr. Jacobs, you know that we are stacked with talented actors, singers, and dancers, and every single musical he's ever done blows us out of the water with Hairspray and Fiddler on the Roof. Every morning, students such as David Montha and Logan Hobbs. Our incredible yearbook was composed by students like Grant Souders, Brooke Houghton, with the help of Miss Petersheim. Last week's art show featured striking oils and watercolors, intricate sculptured, detailed photographs created by artists like Gillian Hampshire, Alex Schatzer, Vanessa Guidi. We have 4 grads going to Ivy League colleges, dozens going to their university's respective honors college, including my own Penn State Schreers College and Drexel's Pennoni College, most going to some of the best universities like Georgetown, UPitt, IUP, SHIP, you name it, we got it. We also have young men and women entering the military to serve and protect the country. To these brave graduates, I salute you. A quick glance at our class and you start to believe we can handle anything. But it's not all sugar and sunshine. We have students facing hunger on a daily basis and others who have been affected by sickness. But we didn't sit by, we responded. Miss English teacher Miss Ebenhard organized Cassius Cupboards, a student-run school pantry. If you look in the yearbook, again composed by amazing students, you can see Ashlyn Ellis, Rhea Patel working hard to feed their peers. Our senior class organized multiple charity events to fund programs like Cassius Cupboards. One of said charities was the Zombie Run, organized by me, Kelton Chaslick, and Ian Mangan. Chambersburg High hosted the Minithon, raising $30,000 to combat cancer, an incredible number raised by a little over 100 participants, many of whom you see standing, sitting, right here, right now. This event was organized by our very own Chloe Keys and Monica Henderson. We have developed skills to succeed not just in science, or math, or English, or art, or history, or athletics, but in the art of giving. We have done our best to develop the skill of doing the right thing, and that will be and is one of the most important skills we'll ever learn in this world. The past creates our future. If we have a bright, shining future, it's because we've been working with the help of our parents, our teachers, our friends, our peers. We've been working for the past 4 years, for all our lives and for the rest of our lives to continue building that shining future. We worked hard building a solid platform out of our past, made up of skills and experiences, and standing on that platform, looking at my peers today, looking at the people that support us today, looking at an audience full of loving supporters and teachers, I can safely say that we, the class of 2017, are ready to leap into that future. Mabuhay ang klase ng 2017 and mabuhay para lang Chambersburg. Long live the class of 2017 and long live Chambersburg Senior High.
Thank you, Carlos. At this time, I would like to introduce the Student Government President, Lindsay McGuire. Lindsay is the daughter of Patrick and Megan McGuire. While at Caches, Lindsay studied in the IB diploma program, served as vice president of the Latin Club, served as student school board representative, member of the student government, was vice president of the class for 2 years, member of the marching and concert bands, participated in basketball, track, and cross country. Lindsay is the spring photography competition winner. She is employed at TGI Fridays and a referee at the Recreation Department. After graduation, Lindsay plans to attend the University of Pittsburgh, where she will major in biochemistry on the pre-med track. Lindsay.
Hey everyone. I was supposed to go first, so that's why Carlos said that, but hey, now we're going. Welcome to graduation of the class of 2017. Please keep your arms and legs inside the vehicle at all times. This is going to be a bumpy ride. Let me start by thanking you all for coming and willingly enduring the ceremony. It shows how much this class is loved. You guys are the reason we're all here, celebrating the culmination of 982,000 minutes of our lives, and then some, if we're being honest. For 13 years, we've all been dragging our butts out of bed 5 days a week to go to school and attempt to fill our heads with something other than useless trivia and song lyrics. Our teachers have guided us and dealt with us for years, imparting knowledge and wisdom to try and help us face the world. Without the life advice from Mr. Onmastico, Mr. Miller, and Mr. Weibel, I personally would not have survived these 4 years. Thank you guys so much. As a class, we've come a long way from 1+1 and share your toys. We've played or at least attended hundreds of soccer tournaments, basketball games, tennis matches, football games, and track meets. We've marched in parades, sang in concerts, created art, acted in plays, or at least shown up when our classmates did. In fact, we've been so busy these past couple of years, we haven't even had time for our impending mental breakdowns. And Lord knows we should have had some by now. In the chaos of it all, we did manage to learn something, though. We now know how to take the derivative of a function, conjugate countless verbs, analyze a poem to find a deeper meaning that may or may not be there, balance a chemical equation, and sit still for longer than any 4-year-old could ever dream of. We can write essays to show our thinking and say hello in at least 3 languages. Hola. Throughout all of these academics, that car radio was constantly brainwashing us when we weren't really paying attention. For years, we've been driving around and listening and singing along. If you really listen, though, there's some gold in what these people are saying, some life lessons, if you will. You know, there's always going to be another mountain, but you've got to keep your head up, because, baby, you're a firework. It's going to take work, but, okay, ladies, now let's get in formation. We're the ones at the sail. We're the masters of our seas. We're the believers. As we prepare to take the next steps, turn to the person next to you and remind them, I'll be there for you, and I'm just one call away. As our moms would say, just stop your crying and have the time of your life. Because we're weak, and what's wrong with that? Absolutely nothing. We're about to embark on a journey, pioneering our own way to a better place, and we're going to need one another to make it through. Because, I mean, in case you haven't heard this, commencement is the beginning, not the end. And yet, we find ourselves saying, goodbye, Caches, thanks for the golden years. But, no matter what comes next, college, career, trade school, or travel, watch out for us. We're about to glow. Because class of 2017, let's remember, in the end, we try. Present tense.
Thank you, Lindsay. At this time, I would like to introduce the Superintendent of the Chambersburg Area School District, Dr. Joseph Podasic.
Good evening. A lot of energy, a lot of positive attitude. It's exciting. It gives me great pleasure to speak on this important occasion and the first step on the educational journey for these students. First, I'd like to introduce the school board members. If they all stand, please. President, Dr. Dana Baker. Vice President, Mr. Bill Lenartz. Mr. Carl Barton. Mr. Robert Floyd. Mr. Kevin Mintz. Mr. Edward Norcross. Dr. Mark Schur. Mr. Alec Sharp. Mrs. Joan Smith. We thank you for the hundreds of hours of service you have contributed. I also want to thank our school administrators for all their hard work. I would ask them to stand. They're not on stage other than Kathy, who was just here, but the 5 principals helped Kathy this year, and we're taking the high school and running it this year. She did a very great job. On behalf of the school board members, let's give her a round of applause, please. I'd also like to point out that there's a lot of staff here from our K-12 buildings as well as the high school. Thank you, staff, for showing up. Very important. We appreciate that. Graduates, congratulations. Today you've reached a goal that is a result of millions of hours of hard work, and for most of you, 13 years and almost 2,500 days of time in a classroom, give or take. This class has experienced many things. Specifically, you have had to work through some of the most rigorous state standards and testing requirements of any previous class. That means that we used to test 10 hours a year, between 10 and 15 hours a year. We are now testing 30 to 35 hours per year. You were part of a creation of 2 middle schools. Several new dynamic programs were put in place at Cassius during your time here. The NJROTC program, that you saw this evening, and the International Baccalaureate program, just to name a few. You've experienced changes in many other ways with administrators, yet you've seen class growth and enrollment in your class. Thank you. Here you are, ready for the diploma, and the future is just around the corner. Of course, you didn't do this alone. You've had a lot of love, support, help, and encouragement along the way. It really was a team effort. Your parents, grandparents, guardians, relatives, friends were all key members of that team. Now I want you to take a moment and look around at the other members of your team, your classmates. Sadly, there may never be another time in your life when all of you will be together. That makes this graduation and this event even more significant. Yes, some members of your team will be with you in the future, but others will not. However, I can assure you that along the way you will meet new people and you will join your team and help you and eventually become an important part of your success. As I mentioned, many people invested in you as you progressed through school, and these people are incredibly proud of you today. I know there will be many graduation celebrations tonight and throughout this weekend, as there should be. The high school diploma represents one of life's milestone accomplishments. It is something to be proud, but there are many more milestones waiting for you. Now, your future lies before you, and you are in charge of where it's going and what you are going to accomplish in your life. I understand your class motto is, "Oh, the places you'll go." It's a great motto. In keeping with that theme, I'd like to reference a quote by Steve Jobs the founder of Apple, who said, "Your time is limited, so don't waste it living someone else's life. Don't be trapped by dogma, which is living the results of other people's thinking. Don't let the noise of others' opinions drown out your own inner voice. And most importantly, have the courage to follow your heart and your intuition. They somehow already know what you truly want to become. Everything else is secondary." My closing thoughts are simple. Celebrate this diploma. Look to the future with great hope and optimism. And finally, make it a meaningful and excellent life. Thank you. This year's Salutatorian is Leah Hunt. Leah is the daughter of Ben and Lisa Hunt. While at Cassius, Leah was a member of the student government, academic competition team, physics club, National Honor Society treasurer, and treasurer of the Spanish Honor Society. Leah also is a member of the varsity softball team. Yay. Leah plans to attend Penn State University to major in mathematics. Leah. Congratulations.
62 years ago, Chambersburg brought forth on this land a new school, conceived in knowledge and dedicated to the proposition that all students should have an education. Now we are engaged in a great transition, testing whether our education and our school so dedicated to its attainment can lead us to success. We are met with a great opportunity to begin the success story. We have come to dedicate this opportunity to those who have thus far given us the chance that we might succeed. It is altogether fitting and proper that we should do this. But in a larger sense, we cannot commemorate, we cannot recognize, we cannot thank these people enough. The great teachers, no matter the subject, who taught here, have given us knowledge far above our ability to fully repay them. We may little note nor long remember what is said here, but we can never forget what they did for us here. We, the students, must also here dedicate a moment to the never-ending work of our parents, who have done all they can to help us along the Keystone exam schedule, lightening the dress code, and the many other things we do. To the coaches, thank you for all you have taught us, no matter how loudly you did it at times. We may not always show it, but we greatly appreciate you and everything you do for us. To the guidance counselors, thanks for putting up with us from all our crazy scheduling issues to college applications. I sometimes wonder how you have time for it all. To the grandparents and relatives, thank you for coming to all our games, our concerts, and everything else we do. We love and appreciate you more than you'll ever know. And finally, to the class of 2017, thank you. Every moment together over the past 13 years has led us to this point and made us the class of 2017. Thank you to each of you individually for who you are, because it is all of you as individuals that come together to make us who we are, the class of 2017. Thank you.
Thank you, Leah. It gives me great pleasure to introduce the valedictorian for the class of 2017, Emma Guerre. Emma is the daughter of John and Jolene Guerre. While attending Cassius, Emma studied in the IB diploma program, was a member of Mu Alpha Theta, secretary of the National Honor Society, National Spanish Honor Society, Interact Club, Glee Club, choristers, president of the marching band, steel band, and symphony. Emma also was a varsity tennis captain. Emma attends First United Methodist Church, where she is involved in the church's youth group. After graduation, Emma plans to attend Princeton University, where she will major in molecular biology. Please welcome Emma.
Good evening, class of 2017. I am honored to speak to you on one of the most important days of our lives. I've been looking forward to graduation for a long time, even before my most recent bout of senioritis. Ever since I was little, I couldn't wait for the future. It never seemed to come fast enough. Yet, here we are graduating from high school, while third grade seems like yesterday. It's funny how that works. Our families and teachers get us thinking about the future from a very young age. Pretty soon into elementary school, people start asking us what we want to be when we grow up. Obviously, we don't know the thousands of paths that our lives could take at that age, but our teachers and family members give us some pretty good ideas, and our imaginations take off. We dream of becoming doctors, paleontologists, and detectives. Or at least those were my dreams. I can't speak for everyone on that. From a young age, I was also a grand planner. Even though I didn't even understand how college worked until much more recently, I knew I would do whatever it took to become a dinosaur bone digging expert. As we have all grown and matured, our answers and ideas have become more refined, and the question has changed from, what do you want to be when you grow up, to what are your plans for next year? However, rephrasing the question does not make it any easier to answer. Personally, I change my mind on a regular basis between multiple majors and career paths. Many people assume that I have everything together because I'm standing here today as valedictorian, but we're all on the same playing field. I'm not sure where I will end up, and none of us can know where our paths will take us, because we are all going in over 400 unique directions after we leave this field tonight. Because that is who, rather than what I want to be when I grow up. I've learned to accept not knowing my exact profession or where life will take me, because I know the type of person I want to be, and that is instead what I hold on to. Rather than trying to put a label on your future with a job title, I encourage you to forget all of the whats and whens and consider who you want to be in the future. Allow your identity to be defined by your passions and talents, because these are the things that will enable each of us to have a unique impact in the world around us, whether that be in your family, community, or across the world. Let your personality be seen and your voice be heard so that you can make a difference in someone else's life. We spend so much time in our lives thinking to the future, which can be a good thing, but it can also cause us to obsess over our own plans for ourselves. I know everyone is eager to walk across this stage in a few minutes and receive their diplomas and begin the next big part of life. After that, it's tempting to begin looking forward to walking across other graduation stages, pursuing various careers, beginning families, and eventually retiring to a beach house on the quiet shores of an island off the coast of some country far away. But what are we ultimately rushing towards? I think if we stop thinking of our lives as a timeline and actually let go of our grand plans and expectations, we will not only get the most out of life, but we will also be able to put the most into life. If we strive towards becoming who we want to be when we grow up and who we were created to be, then everything else will fall into place. I see the great potential that this class holds. I see compassion for others. I see talent in music and the arts. I see service to our nation and great leaders. I see fantastic friendships, and I see unshakable faith, and this is who our class really is. So next time, instead of asking a student what they want to be when they grow up, go a little further and ask them who they are striving to be. May God bless each of you. Congratulations, class of 2017.
The senior class members of the Cassius Glee Club will now take the stage and perform under the direction of Mrs. Elizabeth Stahl. Dr. Podasic and Dr. Baker, on behalf of the Chambersburg Area School District, it gives me great pleasure to present to you the 489 members of the class of 2017. They have fulfilled the requirements that have been established for the various courses in which they were enrolled and are entitled to receive appropriate recognition. Now it is time for them to receive their diplomas. Out of courtesy for our graduates, we ask that you refrain from applause until students have received their diplomas. Thank you.
Out of the way.
Bring these up.
Move this out of the way.
Yep, this gets moved.
Yes.
We can actually see them. You can actually see them. On the other side, yeah.
Just wait till I say your name, okay?
Maybe you could record us on your phone. Yeah. He's out of space.
Ready?
Edward Jose Acosta Hernandez. Reginald Shahid Adams. Megan Lee Ains. Brandon Wayne Alford. Hermela Shamsu Mdetta. Jordan Olivia Amsley. Elizabeth Antonino. Esther Aquino. Seth David Arninger. Taylor Nicole Arndt. Gabrielle Nadine Arnold. Gabriella Elizabeth Arpey. Shadi Carmeni Arriega Mancio. Cameron Ella Ashley. Alexis Destiny Avery. Dominique Jocelyn Bailey. Brittany Taylor Bard. Edward Weinsteiger Barnhart. Adam Michael Baum. Samantha Lynn Bender. Tori Danielle Benedict. Lee Ann Bernard. Kimberly Ashley Beisel.
Quinn Andrew Mangan.
Jalisha Tylena Blackman.
Peter Nicholas Manikas.
Talon James Blagg.
Zachary Andrew Marshall.
Jadelyn Jelena Bonilla Argueta.
Danessa Lee Martin.
Gage Thomas Boak.
Emily Tyler Martin.
Joanna Lindsay Bookemer.
Rebecca Marie Martin.
Christina Marie Bossinger.
Riley Joseph Martin.
Jared Robert Boudreau.
Yashira Marie Martinez.
Kobe Roy Bragunier.
Dilson Jose Martinez Zapata.
Cameron Michelle Brand.
Skylar Lynn Mason.
Miles Eugene Braxton.
Nathaniel Lee Maynard.
Devin Paige Brenneman.
Brittany Nicole Maisie.
Sydney Aaron Bricker.
Arthur James McCullough.
Taryn Raylan Brookins.
Lindsay Annette McGuire.
Jacob Grant Browse.
Colby Lee McHenrick.
Dakota Wynn Brown.
Catherine Ellery Mead.
Ray Anthony Brown.
Carol Evelyn Mejia.
Jamie Rochelle Burkett.
Brant Allen Malott.
Braden Nathaniel Burkhart.
Alexander Juan Mercado.
Aurelia Laling Burleson.
Morgan Elizabeth Merritz.
Abigail Faith Byers.
Garrett Ronald Mickey.
Madison Faith Kales.
Brianna Renee Mickey.
Madeline Grace Campion.
Colby Nicholas Miller.
Victor Hugo Canal.
Natalie Lynn Miller.
Emma Sophie Carbaugh.
Byshawn David Mincy.
Joshua Nelson Carlin.
David Jonathan Montha.
Drew Haken Black.
Techni Montina.
Kirsten Sierra Carpenter.
Aleda Elizabeth Morales Melendrez.
Alan Daniel Castro.
Catherine Victoria Moreno.
Jose Miguel Ceballos Gonzalez.
Caitlin Rose Morrissey.
Benjamin Wyatt Champion.
Tiana K. Muma.
Kelton Robert Chastelik.
Erica Nicole Mundock.
Kyle William Chastelik.
Chase Archer Murray.
Madison Hillary Chungashak.
Aaron Johnson Myers.
Ryan A. Chinchuli.
Cadence Rain Myers.
Aaron Christopher Chuchi.
Catherine Deal Myers.
Cody Lee Clark.
Kirsten Renee Myers.
Shaquanda Elizabeth Clemens.
Lakin Paige Myers.
Kai Allen Klopper.
Maggie Grace Myers.
Seth Daniel Cody.
Lucas Max Novakowski.
Santos Guadalupe Contreras Carillas.
Luke William Ocker.
Freddie Aldair Corrado Castillo.
Tiffany Lynn O'Donnell.
Marissabel Brianna Cordova.
Nakaira Lee Okendo.
Victor Michael Corial.
Whitney Adair Orr.
Jessa Elizabeth Corwell.
Adianet Michelle Ortiz Reyes.
Austin Michael Cummings.
Jonathan Ortiz Reyes.
Hannah Wool Sear.
Brian Jose Otero.
Cameron Robert Dale.
Parker Ellis Ott.
Omar Orlando Davis.
Brock Owen Over.
Leslie De La Cruz Garcia.
Elijah James Owens.
Rakaya Fatima DeBerry.
Zachary David Owens.
Zachary Nicholas Delaney.
Humaris Jeanette Pacheco.
Alexander Gregory Dennis.
Alexandria Dale Papadis.
Joshua Paul Dice.
Jonathan Thomas Papadis.
Sierra Joy Diefenbach.
Catherine Marie Papadis.
Kendra Nicole Dietrich.
Adolfo Pascal.
Jaden Isaiah Doctor.
Caroline Ann Passob.
Jacob Mac Dougal.
Riaban Manish Patel.
Ariana Lachey Downer.
Ethan John Patterson.
Cheyenne Michelle Elizabeth Dunn.
Jack Kaiser Patterson.
Dakota Robert Durden.
Mariah Marie Patterson.
Jillian Sophia Diamond.
Drew Allen Peck.
Seth Calvin Edwards.
Juan Carlos Peguero Morales.
Ashlyn Marie Ellis.
Jacqueline Abigail Pfeiffer.
Bryce Jarrett Emmons.
Jaron Robert Pensinger.
Liera Morgan Engelzeek.
Alexis Armando Perez.
Liza Margaret Ernst.
Junior Labrado Perez Espinosa.
Harvey Cruz Garland Espinosa.
Briley Leanne Perry.
Kaylee Ray Eder.
Doniana Jonasia Petaway.
Jacob Matthew Sauter Iyer.
Sienna Jete Pierre.
Clayton James Fonstock.
Taylor Cheyenne Pierre.
Andrew Scott Feldman.
Walner Pierre.
Kylie Lynn Fennel.
Elizabeth Pineda.
Tyler Stephen Forensic.
Joel Pineda.
Grace Marie Festivo.
Clark Harold Piper.
Sierra Renee Fickus.
Kyle Plummer.
Caitlin Nicole Fields.
Amber Alyssa Potter.
Donna Victoria Alexandra Fielzame.
Brooke Caitlin Powell.
Peyton Grace Finkel.
Bailey Gregory Andrew Price.
Chloe Madison Fisher.
Kirsten Marie Pugh.
Alyssa Ann Flagel.
Edwin Eduardo Quinones Goodiel.
Kevin Max Flores.
Brian Andrew Raybon.
Brandon James Frederick.
Flor Azucena Ramos Fajardo.
Andrew Charles French.
Brock Trantien Reed.
Zachariah Nicholas Friend.
Riley Cale Reed.
Isabel Maria Fry.
Antonio Reyna.
Morgan Adair Funk.
Alyssa Ellen Rhodes.
Ashley Elizabeth Gallo.
Noah Grant Rhodes.
Mackenzie Morgan Gamble.
Elena Cherie Richardson.
Josiah Tyree Garcia.
Avery Elizabeth Rife.
Glenda Liseth Garcia Martinez.
Dylan Christopher Reel.
Kaylee Anissa Garman.
McKenna Joanne Robertson.
Zachary Timothy Garman.
Sophia Noel Robillard. Les.
Anthony Louis Gavazzi.
David Lee Rock.
Rachel Brianne Gaver.
Elena Miranda Rockwell.
Autumn Renee Gaiman.
Stephanie Paulino Rodriguez.
Nicholas Geedy.
Colby Hunter Rosenberry.
Vanessa Geedy.
Nathan Daniel Ross.
Kyra Dawn Gilkey.
Ashley Nicole Rao.
Ryan Sean Gilligan.
Brian Alexis Ruada Barrera.
Keely Cordell Glass.
Aaron Daniel Rump.
Alexis Nicole Gleckler.
Erica Marie Lundquist.
Hannah Olivia Kaylin Gates.
Brian Samuel Rutan.
Catherine Rose Gold.
Daniela Salamanca.
Dalton Tucker Grace.
William Joseph Sanders.
Joshua Dale Grapes.
Ryan Eric Sanders.
Cameron Alexis Greenlee.
Christian Antonio Santamaria.
Ashton Nicole Grove.
Mitchell Santiago Perez.
Emma Grace Guare.
Camille Nicole Santos.
Julia Lynn Garacio.
Jordan Lee Sawyers.
Caitlin Ann Gooley.
Brooklyn Paige Scalia.
Shirley Gould.
Bryce Layton Schaefer.
Benjamin Kai Hafey.
Harley Marie Sheetram.
Gillian Sky Hampshire.
Zena Cheyenne Schill.
Kristen Kelly Harding.
Corbin Michael Schlotman.
Corian Mikkel Harris.
Madison Elizabeth Schmoose.
Brandy Marie Harder.
Aaron Forrest Schroeder.
Tyler Dale Harvey.
Zion Malik Schroyer.
Casey John Hatmaker.
Jessica Nicole Schwartzman.
Tyler Scott Heaton.
Latif Kwame Scott.
Monica Alexandra Henderson.
Danya Shahid.
Natalie Elizabeth Henderson. Herrera.
Madison Grace Shaw.
Veronica Andrea Herrera.
Madison Nicole Shear.
Alexandria Faith Higgins.
Nicholas Ray Shearer.
Emily Brianna May Hill.
Daniel Lee Sherman.
Jacob Robert Hill.
Nicholas Lynn Schindeldecker.
Logan Michael Hobbs.
Connor Ray Shoup.
Caleb Michael Holden.
Garrett Lee Showalter.
Haley Shantae Holzapfel.
Joshua Aaron Simmons.
Jessica Vanessa Honorat.
Bradley Adam Smith.
Lindsay Joe Horridge.
William Robertson Snively.
Caitlin Elizabeth Hoddle.
Amanda Joy Sollenberger.
Brooke Dawn Houghton.
Olivia Kate Summers.
Isaac George Hull.
Grant Robert Souders.
Alyssa Alexandra Hummer.
Ariana Marie Spoonhour.
Leah Morgan Hunt.
Laquan Trey Spriggs.
Allison Brooke Hikus.
Casey Renee Starlipper.
Tess Madison Engel.
Madison Joy Starlipper.
Nathan Sean Isbister.
Elise Moore Stendhal.
Zainab Jawad.
Destiny Yasmin Stevenson.
Ethan Chase Jenkins.
Jacob Ryan Stauffer.
Zoe McKay Jensen.
Alexander Eugene Stauffer.
Melissa Jimenez.
Dalton James Strite.
Diamond May Joe.
Alexandra Nicole Strom.
Eiley Sierra Johnson.
Zoe Elizabeth Sullivan.
Noah Spencer Johnson.
Cheyenne Nicole Simmers.
Angela Dominga Jones.
Megan Renee Summerall.
Deshawn Emmanuel Jones.
Madison Lynn Swain.
Dahuan Kyrie Patches Jones.
Jack Douglas Swanger.
Sophia Kirstine Hirado.
Allison Marie Swartz.
Bonnie Lee Juray.
Tori Amber Swartz.
Brendan Charles Carper.
Tristan David Tallhelm.
Haley Renee Kaufman.
Tareem Tassine.
Allison Jeanette Kegg.
Kelsey Marie Thornton.
Sarah Christine Keller.
Xavier Dragon Talanda.
Kaylin Marlene Kemp.
Haley
Kendall.
Naomi Michelle Torres.
Chloe Carmen Keys.
Shanta Neredia Torres.
Jocelyn Nicole Kibbe.
Shawnee Dalia Torres.
Dashe Linier Marie Kilpatrick.
Elizabeth Ann Tracy.
Alice Renee Kimple.
Harley Wade Turner.
David James Kinslow.
Alejandro Valencia.
Katie Madison Kaiser.
Luis Angel Valencia.
Hayden Tyler Kissel.
Miranda Yasmin Valencia.
Allison Michaela Kohler.
Luis Angel Valenzuela Suero.
Claire Noel Kreiner.
Maynard Austin Vasquez.
Shelby Qua.
Michel Carlos Bayani Vera.
Tyler David Kuhn.
Sean Aaron Bessa.
Lauren Nicole Lipinski.
Oh shit. Elmer Alexander Villanueva Archila.
Sean Patrick Lair.
Kalia Renee Vilsaint.
Raven Danae Lashley.
Jalen Elizabeth Walker.
Just Duncan Lee.
Duncan Lee.
Nathan Randall Walker.
Alexis Renee Leedy.
Zanasia Kiara Walker.
Griffin Blake Leedy.
Allison Jean Wood.
Marissa Lorraine Lipo.
Alana Justine Werner.
Lexi Nicole Levengood.
Matthew Ryan Weaver.
Christopher Alexander Lewis.
Ayana Jasiri Webb.
Shauna Renee Lewis.
Keely Shay Weimer.
Chiwen Liang.
Emily Elizabeth Wyant.
Erin Elizabeth Lightfoot.
Cade Joshton Whitfield.
Trenton Brock Lister.
Emily Nicole Whitfield.
Ciara Elizabeth Little.
Austin James Widman.
Jenna Ann Lombardozzi.
Kara Paige Wiley.
Johann Sebastian Londoño Garcia.
Serena Chantal Wilkinson.
Karina Garcia Lopez.
Megan Ann Wingert.
Theodora Anna Lukopoulos.
Jacob Hunter Wirtz.
Candace Starr Loop.
Emily Jean Weiser.
Felipe Lee Lozius.
Israel Allen Luker Wright.
Tucker Ray Lunger.
Cole Allen Yoder.
Ashton Peyton Bryce Lynch.
Taylor Renee Yonker.
Sierra Dawn Lynch.
Daniel Mark Zakin.
Camilla Grace McWilliams.
Jared Tyler Ziegler.
Ian Timothy Mangan.
Miguel Wilfredo Zapata Asensio. Me. Hunter Mackenzie Zimmerman. Hannah Corinne Zook.
Congratulations, class of 2017. With a closing thought, Take pride in how far you've come, have faith in how far you can go, but don't forget to enjoy the journey. Congratulations! Parents and families, for your convenience, there are 2 entrances open. One entrance around the backside